What's going on, people? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome back. This is HTV Ant, or some people call me Anto, in my real life. Should we say real life? Because this is the internet. Now, this is my experience of CALETA de FUSTE, the first one that I've actually documented. So it's not the best, it's not the absolute best, but I'm learning. Because at the ripe old age of 41, when I go over to CALETA de FUSTE now, I'm just going to start documenting every time I go. So that means that I am not a pro. I'm not giving you advice or information that you should take in and go, oh, he's right, that's how we should do it. Because these videos are only my opinions, my views, my recordings here as I'm walking along this path. I've chose to record this, and the only reason I say this is because I posted a link in Facebook on We Love CALETA de FUSTE, and there was two guys who seemed to just want to kind of gang up and go. There was one just going, you clout chaser, you've missed out all the best parts, don't even know where the British shop is. I'm not in the mood for that kind of stuff, really. I don't really want to get involved, so I just block them straight away. So I just want to point that out there, that these aren't informational videos. These are just videos documenting my trip and what I know of the place and what I see of the place. Like this on the right here. This is a building that last time we went over there in September for our honeymoon, this was pretty much in exactly the same state, other than it's now been rendered on some of the sides. You see the white rendering. So that's right in the centre, that's by the China shop. So I just wanted to point that out there. These are for, me documenting my trips, my opinions. Now, since I've got a bit older, in my 40s, I kind of just forget certain things. I'm not completely and utterly switched on like some people are in this world. Some really well switched on people. So there's certain things that I forget. I mean, I know where the British shop is, but when I'm recording and when I'm walking around, my brain kind of just tends to forget. So these are videos stitched together of videos that some of you may have already seen, or there's certain bits that you might not have seen. But I just wanted to do a full video of me talking over it. Now I just want to say as well, if it goes quiet, then we're just going to let the video roll and get to the next bit of something that's interesting to talk about. I'm just doing an introduction here, basically. This is CALETA de FUSTE. This is right in the centre, as you can see there. So I'm just doing a walk from the Bronximar. Now, we stayed in the Bronximar in September, and we've also stayed there in December. We stayed there in December for 10 nights. So these are just my walks and my opinions of the place in December. Now, I see a lot of questions. If you go on Facebook and you've joined all the groups, We Love CALETA de FUSTE, Fuerteventura groups, all this kind of stuff, you see the same question. What's the weather like? What's the weather like? Do I need a jacket? I think most of these questions are asked from around October to like February, March. And it's pretty simple. I hope this answers your questions if you've come along to watch this video. Now I'm just walking along here. I've come from the Bronximar, I've gone past that place that's being built. I think that's the Barcello on the right. Listen, I might be wrong because I'm just watching the video that I've recorded and stitched together and talking over it. So yeah, it is the Barcello on the right. Now the Barcello, to be honest, takes up a massive chunk of the centre of CALETA de FUSTE. It really does. We walked in there just to have a look because we're thinking about booking. Well, we were thinking about booking to come back in Easter, which we've already booked. Discuss that later on in the video. Barcello is absolutely huge. It's huge. It's absolutely massive. And in my opinion, when I went in there, it was manic. But I also just want to point out, I'm going to get back to the weather. Thing and what should I wear and all that kind of stuff. I just want to point out that this Christmas, when I went over there, it was absolutely manic everywhere. Now I'm talking everywhere, especially from Boxing Day. I think around 9 planes came in over the Bronximar where I was staying on Boxing Day. So if we come at Christmas again, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to come around the 27th, okay? Because I did kind of miss Christmas over here. It's my first Christmas away, and we had the kids with us and stuff like that. But when we got back, when we got back, we realised, yeah, we've missed Christmas here a little bit because the family and stuff had all done their thing, and then we went to visit them and we thought, oh, this is Christmas. It's not. They've had their Christmas. It's way gone. So anyway, the weather thing. If you're coming from around, I would say September was absolutely scorching for us. So that's why I can compare the two. I've been in July, that was last year. Went in July at some point. I was there for 2 weeks in July, and that was hot, ridiculous. But you did have a breeze. September, I went, no breeze at all. There was literally no wind. So I don't know whether that's a thing over there. And it was absolutely scorching. We went to the Bronxmore again. Now, if you want to stay at the Bronxmore, I just quickly point out that you pretty much get sun on the pool all day long. It just comes from the beginning of the Bronxmore by the centre of town. It just works its way over all day. You maybe have to turn your bed around slightly to get it right on your face if you really want to get that suntan going. But it pretty much does go on the pool all day. It's a great place for getting the sun to you all day. So, like I said, this time around in December, we've been in November as well. We stayed in the San Jorge, which is further down the bottom towards sea, and that was cold at night time because we were right by the sea. I mean, even inside the apartment, which was on the seafront, you could feel the wind coming through. The doors were going, the doors were banging all night. But I liked all that kind of stuff. I don't know, I like the natural feel. But yeah, it was pretty crazy in November last year. We went to the San Jorge, so maybe that's one thing you might want to consider when you're going to go and stay there. But like again, these are opinions only. And if you like my opinions and you like this video and you want to see more, because we're going over in Easter, we're going to stay at the where are we staying? Elba. Oh God, where are we staying? I can't even remember. It's up by the Atlantico. It'll come to me halfway through. Elbasara. So I'm gonna do a full documentary of that one as well, the hotel, the food and everything else. So once again, back to the weather. Yes, in the morning, right, around 7:30 it starts getting quite light, and it's still quite cold, to be honest. Until about 9:30, the sun starts coming out, and then it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter until around, you're talking 4, half 4, 5 o'clock, still hot. And then just after 5 o'clock, it does start getting cool. 6 o'clock, yeah, okay, go in. For me, I was wearing hoodies. There was certain nights where I'd wear my combat pants, stuff like that, just because it was quite cold. And that's for me. And that's because I sat in the sun all day as well. So you need to bear that in mind. You just need to turn the volume down on this slightly. So excuse the rattling noises, but the music's a bit too loud for me. I should have turned it off. So yeah, I was wearing hoodies and or I'd wear a jacket with a t-shirt underneath, but I always had pants on, to be honest, at night time, especially in the Bronxmore. The breeze comes through all the bungalows, the gaps and stuff like that. So it might be different if you're surrounded by a full hotel and there's a swimming pool in the middle. It might be different. But for me, even walking around town, going down to Piero's and all that kind of stuff, I needed a jacket on, I needed some pants on. And now this is a fair point in. I'm literally just walking around. I'm going to talk about CALETA de FUSTE in a second, of where I'm walking from. I think I'm walking from the gym here. I'm going to the gym, Bailey's gym. We'll talk about the gyms. We'll talk about all that stuff. The background is all my filming, so I don't necessarily need to talk about it all, because if you've been there, you've been there. This is views of December. So you can see the sky, you can see the sun's out. There's Bailey's gym on the right there. Okay, so I went to Bailey's gym, which I'll talk about in a second. We'll just finish off the cold and hot thing. Yes, you need clothes. You need warm clothes at night time. One of the main reasons you need clothes at night time, warmer clothes, is because you've sat in the sun all day, which in my opinion, that's why you feel colder at night time. That's why you feel colder in the morning time, because you get the heat in the middle of the day. Yes, you do get the heat in the middle. You might get the odd day where it's raining, slight little spots of rain actually. It'll rain for like 60 seconds. The amount of times I've been there, that's all I've ever had, is about 60 seconds, sun's back out, done. So that's just my opinion. It could be different for other people, but the 13 or 14, maybe 12 times, I can't remember now how many times I've been there, it is what it is. Now that's the Bronxmore there. Just wanted to point that out. I'm just going to point certain things out when I see them. So, and then we'll get back to what I was talking about after that. China shop on the right. You want anything, right, that you need, right? Pool-wise, or something you've forgotten from home, a plug, a selfie stick, a towel, a football, an American football, a pair of reading glasses, keys, just any old tat, right? I'm not joking. You'll get it from the China shop. It's the main China shop in town. It must make an absolute fortune. There's that building again. I think it's going to be some kind of shopping centre, and that was a Spanish guy. I did ask him in Spanish. I asked him what it was going to be, and he says, just put his hands up, like that. So one thing I've found since I've been going a lot is trying to learn a little bit more Spanish, especially when you get into taxis and stuff like that. They really do honestly appreciate it. I mean, they're all really nice guys, not just the taxi drivers, but people in restaurants and stuff like that. You know, it's just appreciated to go over there and actually make an effort to talk their language. And that's just the way I feel. I wasn't doing it at first, you know, proper tourist, which I still am. But I just think it's worth just at least saying some things that, you know, just know how to order a drink, know how to order an apple juice, know how to order an orange juice, know how to order a beer, say hello, how are you, bye, and then if they reply, know what they're replying, as if to say, hi, how are you too, and then you just reply back. It's just, in my opinion, it's worth just getting an app on your phone, right? You don't have to be super young to get it all to go in. That Aromas, by the way, is it Aromas? That's an unbelievable Indian. In fact, that's become my favourite Indian to eat in. I think it's that one, yeah. Is it that one? I'm trying to show you the menu here. Yeah, it is. I had a file from there actually in September, and I tell you what, I'm telling you something right now. It was beautiful. It was amazing, but I couldn't get in the pool the whole next day for worrying. So just bear that in mind if you're going to go and have your file from there, because it's one hot curry. Great people. The guy who the waiter in there, he's a bit of a comedian, likes to tell jokes, so just beware of that. He'll say things and you'll think, what? And he's just joking with you. So we are down the centre again. I think the Hyperdino's is on the left here. If you want some more stuff from certain shops, I find it to be a little bit more expensive down here, but much more convenient if you want to get some stuff instead of going all the way down to Rosario, which you can get on the bus to go to Rosario, which is a major big shopping centre, which we did on the 23rd of December. The worst thing I've ever done with my mum. She wanted to go and take the kids shopping and stuff. It was just, but you can get on the bus. I think it's like, might be three or €5 each. That's a return all the way to Rosario, which you can go and do. There's like a 5-story or 6-story shopping centre there. If you want to go and do shopping when you're away, it's not for me. You know, I go on holiday to relax. The Goose and Firkin does one amazing breakfast. You know, a great full English breakfast. If you're looking for a full English, go there. Sometimes we went there because we were all inclusive in the Bronzemar, and it was just getting a little bit annoying every now and then. You like what you're used to, so go down to the old Goose and Firkin. They also do evening meals as well. And there's an Italian place just on the corner there that was just facing with the camera. We went there on the last night. Oh my God. It might sound like I'm just trying to big the place up, but it was unbelievable. I couldn't walk after it. I got a pizza and I got some pesto pasta. But, you know, it is what it says on the tin, that place. It's not just someone saying, oh, this is a nice Italian restaurant, and then just cooking up a bit of pasta. And it's done the Italian way. They're all Italian who work in there as well. So it's a proper Italian restaurant. There it is. There's Piero's. Now, you're probably watching this video thinking, I've been here. I know that place. I know. For those of you who are watching, you know and I know that's a great place. I actually got there on the 21st of December this year. And it was just in time for the Tyson Fury Usyk fight. I should say Usyk Tyson Fury. It was the fight number two. To be honest, it was great atmosphere down there, but the fight wasn't what I thought it would be. It was a pretty close fight in my opinion. Those of you who are into boxing, I thought it would be a Tyson Fury win with I said Usyk would win the first one, but I just thought maybe Tyson would come back. And he did take more care in what he was doing, but it was just boring. He was just defending himself, didn't want to get knocked out. There's the perfume shop where you can go in there and buy perfume, and you can also exchange euros, pounds for euros, or wherever you're from in the world. There's the Wild West. Does a great breakfast as well. Another one that does a great breakfast and also does decent evening meals. I'm pretty sure that I put my camera onto the menu here a second. Now, for me, recording all this, I think this was when I did actually get the stick. If you can tell, the smoothness of the recording going around is a lot better than one of the videos that I did. I thought to myself, you know, if I'm going to do these videos for people, try and make it a bit smoother. So I'm just holding a stick out and ahead of me, and someone did mention something along here about me recording. They wanted a bit of a wave on the camera. I'm pretty sure I turned around at this somewhere up here and did it. But for me, I find it pretty awkward because I was talking in these videos. If you go back, you can see the live videos of these, all these where I'm pointing out here, I'm actually talking on these videos, and you can go back on the channel. If you just want to see these individual videos, like 20 minutes long, some of them 12 minutes long, go back and watch them, because you're getting more of a personal feel to the video of me actually being there. So it's proof that these are videos of me being there. So I just find it's pretty awkward sometimes recording and talking. I think it's something I might have to get used to, because I do want to do more of these videos, if I'm honest. As you can see, the sun's been out the whole time on this video. I didn't pick a time to go and do it. I didn't think to myself, oh, the sun's out. The sun's out. I'm going to go and get a video to show everyone that the sun's out all the time. Now, when I got there on the 21st, there's the Bronxmar. You can see the Bronxmar go to the right, and up on the left here, I see a lot of questions on the groups talking about K Beach. Now, I've walked through K Beach because it's been done up recently, I think. From what I can tell from the times that I've been there, it's had like new doors, new sliding doors on the place that look really secure, by the way. I'm just going to point that out there, because a lot of people are worried about burglaries and things like that. I've never had an issue in the 13 times that I've been there. I suppose it's just about being careful, guys. But K Beach, I think me and the missus are going to go and stay there to test it out before we may take the kids there, because we walked in there in July last year. The pool's amazing, it's very clean. We walked past some of the apartments, it looks amazing in there. It looks like it's been really nicely done out. There it is there on the left, which is K Beach. I see a lot of people asking about K Beach, and I can't recommend it because I've never stayed there, but it does look good, and it looks like somewhere I'm going to go and stay from other people's recommendations. Once again, you can see the Bronxmar on the right. We've come all the way around a circle, which, you know, I'm just going to quickly talk about the Bronxmar quickly. There's the K Beach. I think I'll try and get a video inside of the K Beach. But the Bronxmar, well, we stayed in December because we stayed in September. When we were in there in September, I booked for December whilst I was there in September. Tongue twister. But you don't book somewhere again if it's rubbish, do you? So, in my opinion, it's a great place to stay. It's very safe, in my opinion, if you've got kids. Like I said, I've never seen any danger, but it felt safe, you know. The entertainment for the kids, every night, I think it's 8 o'clock or 8:30. The kids always got involved. The entertainers for the kids are absolutely amazing. I recommend, if you are going over there and you're from the UK, the main entertainer, he's from Manchester, and he does appreciate a Greg's pasty from the airport. If you can pick him one up, put it in your suitcase or put it in your carry-on bag and give it to him, because he'll love that. I think, what's this one place? Kobe. The place Kobe was shut when I was there, I think last year, and they was having a refurb. And the time we went before that, I'll be honest, I had a raw sausage for my breakfast and I wasn't happy. So maybe that's why. If you have a look on the right there, there's the market. That's on Tuesdays and Saturdays. So just bear that in mind. You can go underneath the little walkway underneath here. That goes under the road, and there's a lot of them all the way along the road. If you want to get to the other side, don't cross on the busy road and get yourself splattered by a car. Just go on the underground, because it's just straight under. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Somebody knocked the door, and I'll be honest, I needed a drink. So I've got a drink next to me, which I just had some of, because it's New Year, and New Year, new me. I do like my fitness, and I'll be honest, this time I went to Fuerteventura, CALETA de FUSTE. 10 whole nights, all inclusive. I normally keep myself on a balance. You know, I did go to the gym and stuff while I was there, which I'll talk about in a minute. Just walking along the top here now by the market, guys. I do talk about the market a little bit more in the video that you can actually see here. Like I said, this is just video stitched together of me talking about the place more in depth. So as I can just, I'm not being, I can remember certain things when I'm doing this. So yeah, fitness, for me, I like to keep a balance, but this time I went on holiday and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna let myself go. And I made use of the all-inclusive bar, I'll be honest. I had breakfast, I had dinner, and I had tea. We did eat tea out sometimes, we did eat dinner out sometimes, but I got my money's worth, but I'm paying for it now because I've been to the gym now since I got home, 4 days on the trot, and it's slightly coming off now. A lot of it's just water and salt, you know, that just kind of comes out your body. So as long as you catch back up as soon as you get back, great. Now this is one of the pathways, and this is one of the things that I want to talk about. If you come to CALETA de FUSTE in any near time in the future, what you're going to see, and what I love at the moment, is the place is being done up in certain places. Now, when we went just after COVID, now I've been before COVID a few times and I've been after COVID, okay? So it seemed like anywhere in the world, I'm not just, you know, slating CALETA de FUSTE off Fuerteventura, the government over there and stuff like that. We all went through tough times, every country did. But I think when we went over just after COVID, I was like, it's a shame, there's a lot of places closed here. It seems like there's not as much going on. The roads, the paths seemed worn, and like it looked a bit worrying. I was worried there's K Beach from the outside. That crazy golf thing doesn't look like it's in use, but you can see more of K Beach from the outside there. So yeah, the path all the way along there, I think it's going to be a bike path, but it's all being redone out all the way along, all the way up to the Atlantico, which is where we're going now. You can see some nice villas on the right there. I think some of them are for rent. If you have a look online, you can have a look up there. I mean, that's towards the golf course. And just have a look for villas, CALETA de FUSTE, and there's loads of people that do villas, if that's what you're into, which I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, it's nice to see CALETA de FUSTE. There's a lot of areas, if you think to yourself, I've come over here and there's works going on, there's work, it looks like there's money being spent over there, and it looks like something that I'm happy to see, you know, because it was worrying, and they're doing all this work. So please bear that in mind when you go over there. Appreciate it, respect it. I'm pretty sure everyone will who watches this video. I'm not telling you what to do, but some people don't like to go on holiday, but like, there's works going on there. It's being done to improve the place. So I can only respect that, to be honest. It didn't bother me because it's just nice. I know that next time I go there, although actually not next time I go there, this path won't be finished the next time I go there, which is in Easter, believe it or not. They are a lot slower than the UK, and the reasons being is because of the heat. The weather, they have siestas, they don't work as long because of the heat. I couldn't do it. And I just think it's that kind of relaxed attitude, the Spanish relaxed attitude. Their attitude is, I'll do it tomorrow. It can always be done tomorrow. So sometimes it does make you feel more relaxed when you're over there, in my opinion, because I'm a very stressy kind of person. You know, I have to get things done yesterday, and when I come back from being over there, I'm a lot more relaxed. It takes me a while to kick myself up the arse again, if you know what I mean. So yeah, we're walking along the top, and just want to quickly talk about some prices of things and certain things, because we were just talking about fitness at the gym and staying fit. If you want to stay fit when you're over there, now my number one opinion of a place to go, if you're in CALETA de FUSTE down the bottom, like we're going up the top here, where we're going to be staying next time. So it's quite a walk. If you have a look how long I've been walking along here, you're talking 15-20 minutes before you get back into town. So if you're staying up here, I'm not too sure of what to have an opinion on. I'm not too sure if there is gyms up that way, but for me it's Bailey's Gym. Just Google map Bailey's Gym, and I got 20 euro. I paid 20 euros on the first day that I went in there for 7 days worth, or you can pay 10 euros per visit. So it's a no-brainer, 70 euros or 20 euros, you know. To be honest, I didn't use it for the full 7 days, and, you know, that's fair enough because Christmas and everything else. but I did use it for four visits, which it's still worked out worth it for me. Now the next time I go in Easter, I'm going to go back to my usual way of being on holiday. You might think it's boring, but you know, I will only have breakfast. This is just my advice and my opinions on my body and what I think. If you don't want to get fat when you're on holiday, or you don't want to get too fat, or you don't want to put too much weight on with all your all-inclusive and stuff like that, I'll just have a light breakfast, probably skip dinner, and I'll have a massive tea, like an Indian somewhere, or just really push it out on tea time, and then I'll only drink past 5 o'clock as well. But this time I was drinking at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I was going to the bar, I was like, you know what, it's Christmas, man. So I was having pints at all kinds of the day, and don't get me wrong, it might not be for everyone doing what I've just said, but that's the way I'm doing it in Easter, because it takes too long for me to get it off, and it makes me feel like rubbish for weeks. When I get home, I feel sluggish, I feel tired, and that's the only reason I do it. So Bailey's Gym, I think his name's Mark Bailey, is it? I think it was the gym. There's boxers that go there. You might occasionally see a boxer in there. You know, Billy Joe Saunders goes and trains in there. You've got Kell Brook who trains in there. You've got loads of up and coming decent fighters. They go over there for training camps. In fact, I think Kell Brook was over there for his Amir Khan fight. If you have a look at the Sky Sports documentary, you see Kell Brook biking along all this, and biking along all along the beach, and interviews inside Bailey's Gym and outside the place. So if you're into your boxing, or you're into that kind of stuff, it's got everything. Bailey's Gym, it's very old school. It's got everything you need though. It's got all the decent flooring. It's got your supplements if you need a supplement. If you need a pre-workout, they sell them. I think it's like €1 or €2. And to be honest, when you're on holiday, it's something that I like to do. Just have a little pre-workout. It gives me a load of energy, and but it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. I'm not pushing it on to people or anything like that. So if you like the video so far, guys, I will ask if you can just hit the little subscribe button, hit the little notification button as well, so as you can see whenever I'm uploading. Like and a comment will always be interesting to me. Now, I don't do these videos for anything other than documenting purposes, just a hobby. So when I'm lying in bed at 10 o'clock at night, and I'm in the cold over here, or I'm in the UK where, you know, there's work going on, and I'm busy and everything else. When I'm lying in bed at 10 o'clock at night and I see a notification that someone's typed a comment in because you're either over there, or you're going over there, or you've had an opinion on a certain place, or you're talking about CALETA FUSTE, I'm going to love that at night time. 10 o'clock at night time, I'm going to sit there in bed with it. That starts me thinking of my next holiday. So comments are always welcome. Also, comments of anything that I might have said wrong. You know, I'm not an expert. These are just my opinions and my thoughts. Always, I'm just going to keep pointing that out in the video, because trolls on Facebook, mate, what, you've missed out loads of stuff. Like, every time I go there, I'm probably going to try and do somewhere a bit different, like staying in the El Basara next time. So this is all the way up here, the where I'm walking along here. Like I said, this video that you're seeing here is part of a stitched video that I did when I was over there, so I'm talking live in this. So if you want to go back, I think it's part 1 of my full walk around of CALETA FUSTE. I did a part 1 and a part 2. I've done some other ones walking around town, so if you want to go back and watch them individually and hear what I've got to say at the time when I was there, when I was enjoying it and getting more of a feel, go back and watch them. But these are just my thoughts that I'm thinking of. So yeah, they're just thoughts and opinions. Just please always bear that in mind when you're watching these videos. So yeah, have a comment. Have your say. Have you stayed in the El Basara? Have you stayed in the Bronxmar? Now, there's other places that I've stayed, which I'll have a quick say on whilst you're walking along. It's probably a little bit boring for you to watch this, because it's just the same. But it's just maybe like you might feel like you're walking along with me. So it's good for the views. I mean, I'm not talking about views as in tallying my views on, to talk about the actual view on the screen for you guys, so you can see all the work that's being done along the right hand side. So I'm just going to quickly have an opinion on a couple of places that I also see being posted in the groups. Now, you've got Castillo Beach Bungalows, which you've got Moon, and you've got Lake up there. 2 different parts. I think we stayed in Lake. Was it Moon? I can't remember now. So I'll have an opinion on that place. I've also stayed in the Fjord to Sol. These are cheap and cheerful places. I'm going to be honest, they're cheap and cheerful. I'll see if I can get some photos up in the future of us being in the Fjord Sol and being in the casino. In fact, I forgot to say this. I've got a full video. The first video I ever did on this channel was of just me walking around talking about Castillo Beach bungalows. I'm not too sure if I was talking in it. Can't remember now. I think I was. So go and watch that if you want to see. I think it's like 10 minutes long, maybe a little bit longer, of Castillo Beach bungalows. Now, I'll just quickly have an opinion on that place whilst we're watching this video. Cheap and cheerful. Now, we went in the middle of summer, which was probably a bit of a daft thing to do when you got kids, because there's no air conditioning there at all. Right, I've seen a lot of complaints whilst I was there. In fact, our next door neighbours had been robbed or burgled, so they said, when they were there, and also next door but one to them also. Now, I can only go off my experience. Now, the bungalow, if you go in there when it's middle of the summer, it's boiling. It's absolutely boiling hot, even at night time. You have to have the windows open, and then you've got your kids, and you're thinking to yourself, loads of people walking past up there. It was busy, and then you kind of can't sleep properly because you're thinking, oh, I'm sleeping right by the window. But I'll just tell you, the facilities, the pool and everything else, absolutely spot on. So clean. There's a little bar up there. Clean. Everything is always really, really clean. That's one thing I've got to say. But if you're staying in the bungalows, you do have to clean yourself. There's no cleaners. They won't come in and clean for you. Maybe look out for burglaries. I don't know. I mean, I think it's an old school type of one. Did we have a swipe card? I can't remember. I think if you get a swipe card when you go to a hotel or bungalows or something like that, I think you're going to be a lot safer. It's when the keys are involved. You see people post it on the Facebook. Now, this isn't my opinion. I'm not trying to tar people with the same brush, but maybe keys, people are cutting keys, cleaners, I don't know. Like I said, I can't say anything bad about cleaning, because everywhere I've stayed, the cleaners have always done an amazing job. They've made certain things out of the pillowcases for the kids to come back to. And I'm talking hotels. You're staying in bungalows up the top there. It's more of a look after yourself type thing. Here's a bungalow, look after yourself. So it's just like being at home. So I'm not slating anyone. I'm not, I can't have an opinion because it's never happened to me. I've never been robbed, I've never been burgled, but I've heard of people who have. That's the only reason why I'm pointing that out. But Castillo Beach bungalows at the top, absolutely amazing facilities. It's a great, simple little place to stay as well. You've got your cookers, fridge. Half of it I think has been done out as well. You've got some, I think it's still being done out, so you got half and half, which is kind of like modernised rooms. I think we had an older one, so but the pool, everything else up there, absolutely bob on. If you really want a nice long hilly walk all the way up to Castillo Beach bungalows, then and you want to be tired every single night, then do that. Otherwise, I think we had the Sheraton here. I tried to get a little look in the Sheraton, but I wasn't risking it. A lot of hotels here, you can actually walk in and just have a good look round. The only reason I'm pointing that out now is because we've come off that long strip, so I can't just talk about anything. I'm going to talk about stuff that I see at the same time as well. So just quickly go back to Castillo Beach bungalows, because I know it wasn't allowed in the Sheraton, but it's the nicest hotel on the place. Angelina Jolie stayed there when she was filming a film. I think she had the whole place to herself, to be honest. I'm not too sure. But yeah, she stayed there, and just look at it from the outside. It's up the top here. We're staying up the top here next time in the El Basara, which is just a little bit further on. So just quickly go back to Castillo Beach bungalows. I would recommend to stay there, but be prepared for it to be really hot in them rooms. And I'm talking boiling hot, okay? Like boiling hot. And there's no aircon, so get fans and stuff like that. I can't say anything about winter times up there, October or December or anything else. But Fjord Sol, I've stayed there. I don't know why I'm pointing my thumb up here. I think it's because you can see the big M sign, which I'll just point out in a minute. But quickly talk about the Fjord Sol. Same again, very simple. It's a lot less further up the hill. In fact, it's the first. In fact, you don't have to go up any hill. It's the first where you see the market. It's just there. It's just past the market. So you go underneath that underground, past the Kobe, and Fjord Sol is just there. Now that place got done out that long ago as well, a few years ago. A nice lick of paint. It's got a nice pool, nice clean pool. It's got a bar there, you can get pizza there and stuff like that. Rooms, very, very basic. Once again, I didn't get any aircon, just very, very basic rooms. So just bear that in mind once again. But the Fjord to Sol, if you want a cheap and cheerful little holiday, which is really close to the beach, you know, the Fjord to Sol is the place to go. If you just want a quick getaway, honestly, it's the place to go. You're further down the hill. I think the further up the hill you get, I think the more you are going out of kind of resort kind of town. So just walking along here now. Now we've got to where the Atlantico is, which I've done videos of getting to the Atlantico and walking through there. I actually got stopped by a security guard for filming through the Atlantico here, so I had to go on to video too. Don't know why, you're just not allowed to film inside. But if you have a look over there, you just go a bit further up, you can go underneath the underpass again. There's the golf course, by the way. I think it's the Elba, it's part of the Elba, so it's part of the Elba group. It's a great golf course. I've actually played it with my mum's partner, who I'll just quickly have to mention here, you know, rest in peace. Unfortunately, they both came over here to live last year, not last year, 10 years ago. He retired early, retired firefighter, came to live over here, had a golf membership and was an amazing golfer, become really good at golf. They lived a lovely life over there, but in June this year, he had some problems with his speech, so he had to come over to the UK to get seen in Stoke Hospital. And unfortunately, anyone who's watching this from Fuerteventura will know his name was Paul. I'm not going to give his full name out, but we found out that it was actually glioblastoma, which is a terminal brain cancer, and it was just a horrible time, to be honest. I think from being diagnosed, it was 6 weeks. He just kept deteriorating. It's such a sad time. He was such a great bloke, and rest in peace, Paul. I don't want to talk too much about it because I'll start crying, but yeah, it was just a terrible time. And obviously I think this was why I came over at Christmas this year, to give my mum some company rather than her spending all her money coming over and you know, spending money on the kids and stuff like that, and coming over. And just thought this year we'd get over to see her, which was a great choice in the end, but it's still a very sad time, because only last year we were over there and he was there just living life as normal. It's unbelievable, honestly. You never know what's going to happen from one day to the next, and it's given me a new lease of life. And like I said, every time I'm over here now, before I go home, the next one's booked to come back here. So I'll always come back here, and I'll always live my life to the full and do what makes you happy, because that's exactly what Paul did. He retired at an early age, 56, 57, where he could have retired a bit later, got a little bit more money in his pension and stuff like that. But you know what a choice that was. What a choice that was, because he'd only just be retiring this year if he went for full retirement, full pension and stuff like that. And you know, he lived 10 years of his life over here playing golf instead. Less money, but it's a lot cheaper to live over here, so it just goes to prove that he made the absolute golden choice, absolute amazing choice. And yeah, so anyway, sorry to bore you with that kind of stuff and be a bit morbid, but that's one of the reasons why I'll be over here a lot more, and why I probably want to end up retiring over here myself. Now just coming up towards the Atlantico Centre now. Now that's where you go. You got your spa and stuff like that in there, which is you know, your British food, more of your supermarket type food. The places where you go if you're staying at places like Castillo Beach or Fjord to Sol, you want to stock up on some food, have your breakfast in the morning, because that's what we did when we were in Castillo Beach bungalows. We got all breakfast stuff, but you're putting stuff in the cupboards, it just goes warm, too warm. It's so hot in there. So if you're going to Castillo Beach bungalows, if we ever go there again, which I don't think we will, to be honest, it's way too far up the hill. Like I said, I have done a video, if you want to check it out. It's the first video I ever did on this channel. And it shows you some of the areas and places you can go and drink. There's a little arcade kind of place, a little centre up there. I can't remember exactly what it's called now. Like I said, my age. But yeah, there's places to go for a drink up there, play pool and do all that kind of stuff, watch the football, and it's just a great place up there. So McDonald's is just over the road there. If you want to go and fancy McDonald's, which I've got no queries with, I've got no qualms with people wanting a McDonald's when they're over in Fuerteventura. I see people once again in them Facebook groups. People just need to live and let live. Live and let live, right? Because people are asking on there, does anybody know where the McDonald's is? I'll be honest, me and the kids, me and the missus are, do you fancy McDonald's? On holiday. If you want a McDonald's and you're a little bit bored of the food over there, again, people mention it, forget about the Spanish food, go and eat shitty McDonald's. Well, McDonald's is all over the world, and it's in Fuerteventura as well. And we went to McDonald's this time round, and I swear to God, we spent about €50, and I got the biggest burger, biggest double crispy festive burger, whatever it was. I got chicken selects, I got everything, and you wonder why I was full of weight when I got back. It's because go on holiday and just do what you want. That's what it's about. Now, there's some shops on the right here. I think when I come back up from here, I got told to turn my camera off, so I managed to get all the way up here. But there's your spa. As you can see in the video, all the views are there for you to see. You're walking along, just pretend you're me. Just pop along. And so yeah, if you're spending the day at the beach as well, this is really handy because this is right next to the beach. So as you'll see in part 2 of this video, when I go along, you can go back and view the videos, but you'll see when I'm talking, the spa's right next to the beach. So if you're having a beach day and you're a bit hungry and the kids want snacks or anything else, you just go up there, get some Pringles, get some bottles of water, you can get some beers. If you want some beers, why not? So yeah, this is just the shopping centre down by Atlantica. But once again, I just want to point out, my food for thought on you go on holiday, right? Don't care what anyone else thinks. I mean, that Facebook sometimes is just full of trolls and nasty people who don't want to say, these kind of things to your face. You don't catch people talking to each other like that in a bar over here. Or if someone asks, do you know where that is? They're just going to turn around and say it politely. But people on the internet think, it's honestly, it's just daft. One person asked where McDonald's was, and it just got so much abuse. And in the end, the person who asked about it, they said the kid was like autistic, and they like certain things. And then someone put a laughing face on that as well. I'm like, God. As you can see, they did take Christmas quite serious over here, in my opinion. Everywhere is decorated, everywhere looked nice, and everywhere looked presentable, and give it a bit of a Christmas feel. But I'll be honest, I didn't really feel Christmassy myself. They made the effort, they do make the effort over there, and I suppose if you lived over there for a few years, you'd start feeling it a little bit more. But as soon as I stepped off that plane on the 21st, that was it for me. I was in kind of a summer mode. I think I get told off here. Yeah, look. Nope. Turn it off. So I turned it off and then got to the bottom of the stairs and turned it straight back on before we come out to the bottom bit here. Now, this is the bottom of the Atlantica. This is all the way along the strip on the beach. Now, just to the right of that, I think that's where the El Basara is, where I'm going to be staying. There's a children's playground here, which to me, I came in September, it was never open, but if you're going to let your kids play around here, it's so hot, especially in the summer. Just be careful if you're having a coffee or a drink, your kids are playing on that play place there. Just make sure they're covered up. I know you do anyway. I'm not trying to teach you how to suck eggs or anything, but there is a play place there. In my opinion, it's very, very expensive, but there's some decent coffee places to drink just there where you're seeing now. Go underneath there. There's some Indian restaurants, stuff like that. So yeah, we're just going to come along now. As you can see, we've walked all the way along the front. So we've done kind of like a circle. So we've come all the way from the bottom. I think we're just doing a circle. Come all the way up to the Atlantico, walk through the Atlantico shopping park, and then as you can see, we're coming up towards the beach now. I think I said something to these guys. I don't know what it was. I think I went, "Hola, ¿cómo está?" Even though they're not even Spanish. But yeah, I did a video of this exact kind of thing here where when we were on the beach one day in September, I walked up to show you just how far away from the beach it was to go and get some food, some snacks and stuff like that. Now the beaches are absolutely unbelievable. I think last year when we came, I think July, we had one day where the waves were so high. I think it was on yellow flag warning, and I think if it's on red flag warning, you're not even allowed on the beach. But we had that on a yellow flag warning, and it was the best day me and the kids ever had in Fuerteventura. It was so good. The waves just literally, obviously you've got to be careful, and it's a pretty safe beach as well, so there's plenty of people around, but you know, you grab all your kids, let the waves hit you, and it takes you to the shore anyway. But like I said, some people are a little bit iffy about stuff like that, but you know, you've got to, in my opinion, the way I do it with my kids is I'd rather them feel the wrath of something, so as at least they can feel it. And then, you know, if they fall off the bike or something like that, I'd rather it happen to them at a younger age, so they can feel exactly what it feels like and what could possibly happen. So, obviously, very safe with them. You've got to be very careful what you say in these videos these days. I don't even know why I'm being so careful in what I say, but yeah, me and the kids went on the beach and we went in the waves and we had an absolute cracking time, so that's all you really need to know. It's just sometimes you've got to be so careful what you say. Oh, you didn't do that, did you? Oh, God, that's dangerous, isn't it? A lot of people are like that these days, and that's the reason why I'm quite careful what I say, because I've had some people point stuff out and yeah, that's just the way I am. So we're walking along the front here now, and I think the bar's not... Is it the Barcello? It's not the Barcello. Which one's this on the left now? I can't quite remember, guys. I think it's the Sheraton. I'm not too sure. The Sheraton, it might be the Sheraton. I think it is. It's got to be the Sheraton, or it's the Elba Sara. Right, we're staying in the Elba Sara this time round, and I did get a little clip of the Elba Sara before I left because we went down to see it. And in my opinion, it looks absolutely superb. It looks like there's more restaurant choices, a little bit more food choices on the all-inclusive, and it's further up the top. We've never stayed up here, up this area. We've always stayed right down the bottom in CALETA FUSTE. Okay, this is CALETA FUSTE, but we've stayed right down the bottom. We're up by the Atlantico now. So the reason why we've gone with a little bit of a change is because we stayed at the Bronxmar, and in my opinion, it was just a little bit... At night time, I think it was because it was Christmas, so I can't blame it on anything else other than my personal preference. You know, it's just my personal preference. It was quite noisy at night time. You could hear a lot going on, a lot of loud music, a lot of boom, 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 till like 1, 2 in the morning. I'm not going to say it wasn't like that in September. It's obviously celebration time, wasn't it? The amount of people that came over in... at Christmas on the 26th. So many people came over on the 26th. Now, here's a price for you now. I got we stayed in the Bronxmar, just showing you the views. Look at it. Is it hot over there? Yeah, it is. Look at that. That was all week. We got over there on the Saturday the 21st, and we got off the plane, and I'll be honest, it was cold, and it was grey, and it didn't look too good, and it was windy and everything else. But for the 9 days after that, it was like this every single day. It took till about 9, half 9 to get the sun fully out, but then all the clouds disappear, and you might not be so lucky, but we were lucky. We're always lucky when we go over there. We always get the nice weather. So how many more times you need to go before you can say, oh, yeah, it's a bit here and there. Every time I've been, I've had nice weather, so I can't complain. So yeah, like, I'm not going to say that it was terrible for noise, but in September it wasn't nowhere near. You could hardly hear anything, to be honest. Maybe it was just where I was in the Bronxmars, more around the other side. So I was right at the back of Mr. B's, which is Mr. B's is like a karaoke place at night time. So probably that's the reason why. So I'm going to stay in the Bronxmar again. So I'm not slating the place or anything like that. We just fancied coming up a little bit further up here because I've been told it's a little bit quieter at night time. So who knows though, with your hotel entertainment and stuff like that, you're always going to get a bit of noise. But the Elba Sara is a little bit of a different hotel compared to where we've ever stayed in CALETA FUSTE, because it's one of those hotels that I think is just, it's a hotel. You know, the block is just one big hotel, so your rooms are all inside. They're not like bungalows or apartments or, you know, somewhere where you can get to from the outside. I think it's all internal. I was saying this to the missus, so it's going to be a bit of a different holiday for us this time. I don't know whether we're going to like it as much, because I actually like having the kind of bungalow feeling. It feels like it's your own little house. Like that's the feeling I got from the Bronxmar every time I go there. Well, only been there twice, but when you walk into your room, you feel like you're a little bit more independent, a little bit more free to do whatever you want, kind of thing. But when you're inside, you've got to come inside. You've got to go. I don't know. It is what it is. We're doing things differently. That's the main thing. We just don't always do everything the same all the time. So yeah, probably going to take a little break from here. You won't know that I've taken a break, but I'll be coming back and doing the rest of the video after I've had a little toilet break and done whatever. So cycle path, by the way, all the way on the left there. I'll just point out here that just be careful, right? Don't walk on the bike paths, right? And if you're biking, don't bike on the walk paths. It's genuinely that easy. There's a lot of people who slate cyclists who are over here or frown at them if they go slightly off that bike path. But then I see people constantly walking on the bike path, and then when someone's like having to brake or ring their bell or shout, "Excuse me," they're like, "Oh God," like, you're on the bike path, right? You're the same when the bikes are on the walk path. So that's one thing I notice quite a lot is people like shaking their heads if they've been told to move out the way, because that's the bike path on the left. It's for safety reasons, guys. It's for safety reasons. I remember a few years ago, I don't know whether you might want to fact check me here, Google it, but one of them electric scooter things knocked someone over here along this path or along this in Fuerteventura somewhere, and I do believe that person died from the event. So yeah, just look at the beach, look at it, unbelievable. And this is why we come here. I do this walk every single day when I'm over there, and if you've never been here, then I hope you do too. And if you do, maybe do a little vlog yourself and put in the comments, "I've done a vlog on here too, and I've had an opinion on what you said," or "I've had an opinion on the same kind of walk that you had," and I'll click on your channel and watch your video, because I'm interested in the place, and that's all it's all about, is seeing different opinions of people. Have a comment, like I said, if I've said anything wrong, or if I've said anything you don't agree with, no problem. I might have said things wrong, but they're just my opinions, so you have yours below, and I'm quite happy to read. I'm quite happy to read of your experiences. You see a lot of comments recently. I'm glad I did all the documentary videos that I've done. They've gained some views, you know, and they've gained a lot of interest and comments. One person which made me want to carry on doing this, right? It's made me want to do this today as well. I've stitched all these videos together and a nice little chat with you guys. It's because someone put a long paragraph, and you can go and check the video somewhere, and they've put, "Because of your videos, I've just booked to go there," you know. And maybe she's watched other videos, she's not been quite so sure, but maybe my videos, the honesty of them and walking around, like I said, you can go back and watch them. Maybe that's why, and it made me feel good, you know, made me feel good for CALETA the FUSTE and Fuerteventura. I've kind of helped to bring someone to the island, and I wasn't actually just the only one. It was about 2 people who said that in 2 different random times and 2 different videos. So yeah, this is just walking along the bottom again. I'm going to take a quick break, maybe have a coffee, and yeah, I'll see you when I get back. Bye. Back once again, the Renegade Master. Cheesy as hell. So I've had a toilet break. I've put some chicken in the oven for later on, because I'm going to work on a night shift. It's my first night back at work since actually coming back from holiday and Christmas and stuff like that. So I've had another 6 days off since I've been back, which has been good. There's a couple of things that I want to talk about though, whilst I'm on here and I've got a bit of time, and I'm looking at the timeline of the video, and looks like we've got a bit more time to talk about it. So prices of keep messing my speech up. Sorry, it's a bit cold. I've had the heating turned off because I didn't want to get too hot while I was doing this, but it's getting a bit too cold now. Prices of a few things. I've mentioned the gym. Also, I want to mention a few of my favourite restaurants. We did walk past one about a quarter of the way through this video, which I kind of noticed because I was going back through a little bit just then, just to make sure the sound was okay. To be honest, I think the microphone could sound a little bit better. I'm in the dining room. We've got a solid floor in there, so it's a little bit echoey, but it's going to have to do for this video. I'll improve for the future ones. It's all right. You can hear my voice. It's not too bad. And I did put a little bit of music on in the background, so if that's bothering you, let me know, because the next time I won't put it in. I just think it's nice to have a bit of background music. So whilst we're on the bottom here, we're talking about some prices of things and some of my favourite places to eat. So you've got my favourite place to eat in Fuerteventura is Aromas, which is the Indian, which we looked at the beginning of this video. Amazing Indian food. It's probably actually on par with Fusion 22. We walked past there about a quarter of the way through this video. Fusion 22 is also a great place to go and eat. They're two great places I like to eat because I just love Indian food. But when I eat Indian food when I'm on holiday, I can't do it that often because I go all out. If I'm having an Indian, it has to be hot. It has to be boiling hot. Otherwise, it's just no point for me. It's just, I'm weird. That's just what I'm like. My missus always asks me, "Oh, why'd you do it to yourself?" Loads of people ask me that question. Why'd you do it to yourself? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why I do it. Maybe I get a bit buzzing. I don't know. It's just the sweat, it's endorphins, isn't it? So they're two of my favourite places to eat. Obviously, they're Indian food. So there you go. You've got K31, which is actually a pizza place, chips, fried chicken, and they do the most unbelievable. You get chips with like chili on top with a cheese sauce. Chili cheese chips they are. So if you want to do that, go and eat there. I think we have walked past there in this video, or we walked past there a bit later on. I think it's a bit later on in one of these videos, and I'll point it out if we go past there. But I'm a pretty simple person to please. Obviously, I go to the Goose and Firkin if I want a good breakfast, a good full English breakfast, and they also do other things, pancakes for the kids and stuff like that. My little girl, she just likes pancakes when she's on holiday. She's on holiday, so she gets what she wants. She's my princess. What else now? Right, let's have a think. I'm going to do a quick opinions on the zoo. We went to the zoo, which I've not really included any videos on here because it does say when you get to the zoo, don't be recording for commercial or social media purposes. Because let's face it, people could watch the whole video. I think I recorded the whole of the sea lion show. I thought to myself after, why have you done that? It's going to stop people from maybe wanting to go there, or they've seen the sea lion show on your video. That's enough, So I can understand why. So I'm not going to post any zoo videos, but I did pay for me, my missus, 2 kids under the age of 11, and my mum, who is a resident and also an old age pensioner. We paid €168 for the whole trip, and that was for the bus there and back as well, which takes about an hour to get there and an hour back. Picks you up outside K Beach or Fuerteventura, San Jorge, I think it picks you up at, which is down the bottom. It goes all the way around all the main hotels, picks everyone up. I think it was around 9 o'clock. Could be wrong, could be 10. Can't quite remember, 9 or 10. Like I said, these are not proper informational videos. I think it's 9. I'll put it in the description once I find out before I post this video. And if I haven't, I'll find out for you and I'll put it in the comments. But once you're over there, you can go to the excursion places, or you can go to your hotel and ask, can I book the zoo? And they'll just tell you, go and do it online. You get like a code, and then you get it all in one. So €168, that was the coach there, coach back. But what I will advise you on, and this could be some really good advice, right? Because we did it when we got there. We thought because you booked online that the first queue that you go to is to buy tickets, right? You bypass that because I bought them online. So we walked down for ages, like 5-minute walk to get to the zoo bit, and she goes, no, you have to go back up to the top and then tell them that you bought the tickets online, and then they'll give you this thing to let you go in there. That will save a fair few people a lot of time, because there was a lot of people who did the same thing as us, and then you end up going right the way back up to the top, and the people who hadn't bought tickets online, because you think you've bypassed them, you think you've done it a bit smarter, a bit more, they've got in the zoo way before you, and it's not about who gets in there first, but it's queues, isn't it? You don't want to be queuing for too long, especially when it's hot, the sun's out, you got kids with you, and then you got to go all the way back. It's a bit pointless, in my opinion. If you buy them online, you should just be able to go to the admission place, there's my ticket, scan it, we're in. But no, you have to go right to the start, so that could be very helpful to some people. So we're coming towards the up to near to the Barcello now. And like I said, the Barcello takes up a massive chunk of this area around here. And I'm talking a big chunk. Where are we now? Trying to think. Yeah, we're coming up towards. We've nearly done a full circle from where the Wild West was and the Pieros and stuff like that. My favourite place probably to drink, which is a little bit more expensive than others, because you've only got to look at the overheads there. I mean, the guys there who run that place, they have got that place running like unbelievable clockwork. There's the camels, if you fancy a camel ride. Not for me, to be honest. It's just not for me. I don't know whether to feel sorry for them camels or not, because they're probably happy at the end of the day. You know, they like the heat. They like to just lay there with his jaw on the ground and just chilling there. Probably thinking to himself, I hope no one comes. I hope no one comes and wants to ride me, because I'm more than happy here. So a lot of the time I do see them sat there, but you do see them occasionally on a ride. If you want to go and take a ride on a camel, you want to take the kids, go for it. It's just not for me. I rode a camel in Egypt once, all the way through the desert, and this just was not for me. The most uncomfortable ride I've ever had in my life. So if you've never rode a camel, be prepared to just be totally and utterly, it's like sitting on it's like sitting on a rock. It's solid, unless they've got some good, like, I don't know, stuff to sit on when you're on the camel. But for me, it was just a proper camel ride, just holding onto the hump and just riding along for about an hour and a half in the desert heat, which was just supposed to be a really good experience, but for me it just wasn't. There's a gym there on the left, Talasso, whatever it's called. It's maybe a Spanish name, and I don't want to sound disrespectful, but so that's part of the Barcello. I think you can have a membership outside of the Barcello, but if you stay at the Barcello, I think you get that gym included. So you can see how big the Barcello actually is. There's bungalows of the Barcello, there's an adult part of the Barcello, all this football stuff here on the left, which I think is part of the Barcello, but you can use it, you pay to go in. I'm not too sure actually. We went into the football court once, and I just remember walking in. I don't remember being asked to pay anything, but you've got these courts here. I should have done my research before this, because I said it in the last video. As I'm walking along here, I can literally remember myself saying it right here. On the left is that game where you play. It's almost like tennis and squash put together. It looks like a really good game. You're there with couples, or you're athletic, or you fancy a game of some kind of mad squash tennis kind of game. It's basically the ball just never goes out of play. You've got 4 walls, and it's like tennis. There's a net, and it's a game that is for the elite kind of athlete, in my opinion. If you want to burn some fat off, you want to work up an appetite for your evening meal, then go and have a game of that with someone, because it's something that I'd like to try and get into if I can, but it's never over there with anyone who wants to do it. My missus ain't into all that kind of stuff, which is fair enough. If you want your kids' hair braiding, always walk along here. We're coming up towards back up towards Piero's now. We haven't gone further down, because I'm going to save that for next time I'm there. Go past all the Barcello on the left, see the sea lions and stuff like that. But as you can see, Barcello has its own mini golf. Now, just a warning, I can remember saying this at this point as well. Just a warning, if you go in there with your kids, which I'm pretty sure you all take care anyway, but because you're playing golf, you can kind of forget how hot it is, and the sun is literally direct on the skin through the whole of that mini golf game, and that mini golf game can take probably about 2 hours. It all depends on who's in front of you. If there's a party of 5 like there was for us last time, as you can see, this football court does get quite busy, and it was open there. And I remember saying at this point, I'm just going to go and get the lad and we're going to come back down and play, but we never did, because we come back down and all those guys were gone, and the court was closed. So, but yeah, coming up towards Pierre's. Anyway, the golf, just it's quite easy to forget to put sun cream on, and I'm not trying to teach anyone how to suck eggs here or anything like that. It's just me being a caring person towards other people. It's just the sun is directly on you at all times. It doesn't bother me too much. I can kind of get away with not wearing sun cream at times, to be honest, all day, and I'll get a bit red and stuff like that, or I tend to soak the sun up better than others. I've got quite dark skin. So just be careful, because it can take 2 hours to get through a game if you've not got sun cream with you, or you forget it because you've only come out for a drink. That's what happened with us. We come out for a drink down at Piero's. We ended up walking along here. The kids wanted to play mini golf, so that's what we did. Luckily, we had a little bit of sun cream in our bags, because I started noticing one of the necks going slightly red. I was like, right, get a big chunk of that on right now, because there's nothing worse than having sunburn when you're away. Oh, it's just horrible. There's O'Connor's. It's the Irish bar. Got loads of football on in there every single night, as well as Piero's. These are the two main giant places, in my opinion, to go for a drink. Now, someone pointed out in the Facebook post that I did, it's like, you missed out all the good places, and oh God, what you doing? And awful video. Someone put awful video. Well, that's your opinion. This isn't my video to try and impress anyone else. This is just my video of my thoughts on the place. I've walked around these places so many times, and yes, maybe I need to go and do a bit more exploring and go a little bit further out and check other places out. And you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do next time. I'm going to have a look a little bit further out. I'm going to go on another excursion. We're going to go, we've seen the excursion centre, and if you go a bit further up here and you keep going and you go over the road to the right, you will. This video is skipped now. Actually, this has gone to where the saxophone bar is. But you can go to the excursion centre. You can also rent bikes out there, which I'll just quickly tell you now before I talk about the saxophone bar. It was €49 for 4 of us the whole day. 2 bikes for adults, 2 bikes for children, helmets, €49. For me, that's a bargain, because the kids, it was probably our favourite day there we had this time round. We've never been on bikes, and I said to the little girl, do you want to go on bikes? And you know what, she's still going on about it now. I said, what's your favourite part about the holiday? Oh, going on the bikes. Amazing, absolutely amazing, because you just get around quicker, you see more sights, you get the wind in your face, you see some sights. So just want to quickly point out, there's CALETA Gardens. We spoke about it in previous videos. People who have already seen the videos of me slating that place, you'll know exactly what I'm going on about. Now, I can actually correct myself on some of the things before we talk about CALETA Gardens. I just want to talk about saxophone bar. If you want to go and play some music, you want to hear good musicians, or you want to go there and just have a little go yourself, there's a guitar. I remember going there a few years ago, and I like to play the guitar and stuff like that. I got up and I did a few tunes, and I was singing along. He let me go on the guitar and set the mic up in the middle of the day. And if you're a keen musician, or it's your hobby or anything like that, I love playing. I'm not saying I'm great or amazing. It's just a hobby. I love playing. The saxophone bar is the place to go. They've always got some decent live entertainment on there. And there is a video of me going around the saxophone bar just towards the end of the holiday last time. They did have a private function on, but it looked great. So yeah, don't take too much notice of that sign there, because bearing in mind that was just towards the end of Christmas, where it says it's closed on the Friday, because on the Thursday, I think last week, everyone left the island. So it probably went from being absolutely chocker to being back to itself and a little bit more chilled. So a lot of the bar staff and a lot of the big venues, or the venues around, probably thought it's time for a little bit of a break. You know, they've had a full Christmas, open every single night, getting as much money as they possibly can. Here's the pickled palm. Now, if you fancy a nice roast dinner, Sunday dinner, I'd book in if I was you. And actually, if you actually go on, I think they might have a website or a phone number, before you even get over there, book in. If you're over there on a Sunday and you know you're going to be there, try and ring them up from over here or wherever you are in the world, and book in, because they do get booked up for Sunday roast, and the Sunday roasts are absolutely unbelievable. If you like a Sunday roast, you want to feel a little bit more at home when you're on your holiday, on the Sunday when it comes, because I do like my Sunday roasts, go here. Pickled palm, the best. I think for this Christmas dinner this time round, I think they're booked up for like 2 years in advance. So something like that. We tried to book in September when we were here, and we couldn't get in. So for Christmas, so that was 3 months before. So just talk about that CALETA Gardens, which is just on the left there. You just saw the big yellow building. Now, 5 years ago, I think it was still open. I think it was after COVID. I think it went after COVID. I don't want to be fact-checked. I don't want to be the type of person who constantly goes to Google. It's just from what I remember. The place was open about 5 years ago. And obviously painted a little bit more. Me and the missus stayed at a hotel just over the road. from here, and we had breakfast booked, bed and breakfast, and I said, where's the breakfast? Over there. We went for breakfast over there, and it's absolutely horrendous. Now, I just want to say as well that my mum and her partner, who I spoke about in this video, when they came over here to kind of get used to the island before they would have lived over here, they stayed in CALETA Gardens. They walked in there, took one look, and walked back out. Didn't ask for the money back, just went and booked somewhere else. Paul said that the kettle was on the bedside table. Basically, the kitchen was right next to your bed. It was that small in there. So maybe I don't know. I don't know what happened with it all. Obviously, I think they just closed shop one day, and that was it. Now, I've always said, which I take back now from stuff that you learn from every video that you do, and I'm glad that someone did point it out in a comment, because someone did point it out in a comment. They said, you say about CALETA Gardens getting it knocked down and stuff like that because it's an eyesore and get it rebuilt, but what about the people who are living in there? I was like, who? And he goes, well, people have bought places in there. Wasn't just a hotel. People actually bought their room out. I feel so sorry for them people. I mean, I don't know how they're living in there or what's going on. Have they got electric? How do they get in there? You know, the reception's all closed. They have to climb in through windows and ladders. Just an appalling way to treat people whoever closed that hotel, the CALETA Gardens, the owners and everything else. They just literally closed the door one day and just did one. That's what I can see anyway, because, I mean, you know what I've said? It wouldn't be so bad if they just got someone to paint the place white or something and just tidied the place up. Even though it's closed, just get someone to go and tidy it up, because it's right in the centre of CALETA FUSTE. Now, I don't want to come across as some kind of snotty bugger or anything like that, but if you come over to CALETA FUSTE for the first time and see that place on the left there, or just in this little square here. By the way, I had my hair cut in here. Both times that I've been, I like to get my hair cut quite often, and just towards like 3 days after the holiday, I feel like I need another haircut to get rid of the little greys on the side. I went into that hairdresser's just there, brown shop there, the brown coloured shop. There's a supermarket there for all your international cuisine. I said I don't know whether this is the British shop, but I don't think it actually is, but it sells all your stuff. If you're staying in somewhere like the beach, Castillo Beach or Fjord Sol, where you can cook your own food, or anywhere that you can cook your own food, and you fancy a curry or something like that, it's got all your powders, it's got all your crazy stuff that you want in there, so definitely recommend that. So yeah, just go back about the CALETA Gardens very quickly. It's such a shame. I hope that something gets solved with it, to be honest, but you've got that whole issue of people living in there, and if someone wants to buy that place to turn it into a hotel again, they're going to want every room back, aren't they? So they'd have to buy those people out as well, which they might not want to move. I don't know. There's a lot of derelict places over there, if I'm honest. There's people who's bought places over there and just not ever been back. They just left it completely derelict. I can say some places and point some places out, but I don't want to be too personal. But there is places there that, people have bought and literally just, like rich people, and just left it there. Okay, so this is supposed to be a really, really nice place to be. I've never eaten there, but my mum has, and this is another one where you have to book well in advance. It's called Coco's Kitchen. I think you have to book well in advance, because then it's only a small kind of family-run type thing, I think. So it's very small. You can't fit many people in there, but apparently it does absolutely top-notch food. Now, I can only go off someone else's opinion there, not my own opinion. Where are we now? We're just coming up towards, if you go to a place on the right here, you got the Millennium, all the Millennium stuff. So it's like a hidden cave of fun, in my opinion. And there is actually a place called The Cave, which is just over the road there on the right-hand side. I think I go up to it now. And a guy called Walter owns the place. I think he's Italian or Portuguese. Oh, God. That's kind of disrespectful, but I've known Walter for years and years and years and years and years since I've been going there. Paul got to know him very well, and every time we go in there, he's very welcoming. So if you do go in here, which is just this place on the right here, there it is, The Cave. Whenever we get off the plane to get into Fuerteventura, whether we're all inclusive in the hotel or not, the first place I come and meet my mum, right, I'll meet you in The Cave, and it's here. We get the taxis, the taxi place just outside The Cave. This is where you get your taxis from home every single night. If you want to get a taxi home from wherever you've been, just head for The Cave or near the Millennium, and it's just all outside. It's by Fado Rock. So the Cave, it's a great little place for a nightcap or the start of a night, or even just going there for the night. Cracking little place, cracking drinks, all original drinks, decent prices, decent guy, makes an absolute unbelievable espresso martini if you're into that kind of stuff as well. Does a nice pint of Guinness. Oh, here is the hidden place of fun. It's not really hidden, everyone knows about this place. Now I'm coming down here in the day, and I did want to get a little clip of this place at night time, because this place at night lights up like nothing else. It's amazing down here, and people ask, where can I get a good pizza from, where can I get a good this from? You can get a good cocktail down here, right, and you can get the best pizza down here as well. A pizza that you can't even fit through the door if they give it to you in a box. It's that big. I'm not even joking, you can't fit it through your apartment door if you were to take it home. I had a pizza that big. I don't know whether you don't have to get a pizza that big, but I did. And the only reason I bought it is because we'd already eaten, and I kept seeing these pizzas coming out. I'd had a drink, not fully hungry, and I was like, I ended up ordering one, and he said, what size? I should have just got a small one. I said I wanted one of them big ones. So I took it home to the Bronx tomorrow anyway, where there's a fridge and everything else, so I had to break it all up, put it in the fridge, and to be honest, I ate it the next morning. It's another reason why I've put a few pounds on eating 4 cheese pizzas first thing when I get up in the morning. But you know what? Holiday mode, it's what it's all about. I've been on holiday too many times this last couple of years because I've gone really into my fitness and really trying to stay healthy and stuff like that. It's my older age. There it is, there's that pizza place just there. Just there. Great pizza place. Got a pool table inside as well, and like I said, at night time it just becomes a much nicer looking place. This was actually the morning after the night before, so if there's any kind of little bits of rubbish on the floor, it's not like that. It's just they haven't had time to come and clean up and get it ready for the next night. So cracking place, toilets down there. You've got another place that does pizza when you first walk in. As I'm turning around here, just down there, just on the left there, another pool table. Once we went there just to play pool, but I think it's one of them, like, if you're not buying a pizza, you're not playing on the pool table, even though you pay to play on a pool table. That was the impression we got in September. Tried to go there to have a game of pool and even just buy a drink, and we bought a drink. It's not good enough, which was slightly kind of annoying because he kept coming over pestering and then just told us to go because we're not buying a pizza. So although it's a great place to be and a great place to go, and the pizzas look amazing. I think that's where you get the pizzas from. If you go, that's where they order them from, down there. So the pizzas are great and everything else, but there you go. If you're bringing a pizza home, you can barely just get it up through them stairs, if you'll get one of the large ones anyway. As I said before, taxis just outside Fowler Rock. God, €3 to €5 to get anywhere, really, anywhere minimum around the island. My mum lives on Costa Golf 2, Costa Golf Dos, which is just closest to the airport, and it only costs €5 to get down there. So if you're getting a taxi, now this is one thing I want to talk about. If you're booking a holiday online and you're on the beach or Jet2 or anything like that, we always do on the beach. So it's like €17 or £17.50 per person for your transfer. So what's that? It's like, what, 60 quid, nearly 60 quid, something like 55, 60 quid, yeah? So just cancel them off and literally just get a taxi, because it's 15 to €20. But I paid from Rosario Airport in a taxi where you just go straight to the front. There's a big queue. If you rush straight out, by the way, if you're watching this video, a little bit of a heads up, get out there ASAP, get your bags, don't mess around, just know where to go to that taxi place. You walk straight out the sliding doors, right, and you go to the right towards the end of the airport, and on the left there is where all the taxis are pulling up. There's like a bar to hold on to, you'll see it, right? Get up there immediately, because that will queue up. When people start realising where the taxi place is, if you just walk straight out, go straight up there, you're ahead of the queue. You're getting to your place quicker, which is what you want after you've been on a flight. You want to get to your place, you want to go and have a drink, you want to get settled in for your holiday. No one wants to be standing around any longer waiting for a taxi. Get out there, straight out the slide, go, walk out the baggage place, walk to the right, walk out the door, walk to your right again, taxis there on the left. Yeah, just there. So if you want to go into the CALETA de FUSTE, you're talking 15 to €20. The last time we got a taxi to our hotel from the airport, which was December obviously, it cost us €14.80, which I give him €20 because they do like a tip over there. That's what I expected to pay. And it was funny actually, because the last time we left there in September,
Sorry about that, guys. That went silent there. Just cut off. The missus was trying to get through the front door and I'd locked it and put the key on the inside because I was supposed to be going to get a little sleep before my night shift, but didn't manage to get one. So you'll notice that the sound has gone a little bit less echoey because I've come to a room where there's no echo. No solid floors. It's in a bedroom, so it's dampened the sound. And listen, I've done the best I can with these videos. They may not be the best. I know I can improve for the next time. I'm going to enjoy going over there in Easter and I'm going to do loads more videos. But the only thing I'm going to ask for, guys, is comments. Comments on this video. Doesn't matter about all the other ones if you don't want to leave a comment, or if you want to leave one there, if you want to go and watch the videos from a different different perspective, then that's up to you. We're just going up the top here, back around towards the Bronxmar. There's a couple of nice places up here. There's one called the Lord Nelson on the corner. You can watch the games, footy matches. There's music being played in there and stuff like that. You'll see it on the left as we're walking past right now. And up the top there, just on the right, you can get a bus from anywhere to Rosario and take it to the other side towards the zoo place, the zoo side, sorry, not the zoo place, but there's left and right to me, and this is why I've got so much more to learn. In fact, in Easter I've actually rented a car already, this time around, 10 days. I'm not going to promise I'm going to be going all around Fuerteventura giving vlogs for people. I'm only going to go when I get spare time because I have got my children with me, and it's just going to be when I'm up in the morning, and I like a walk. They don't always like a long walk, so I'll try and get out in the car and go a little bit further up and down the coast to see what's about. But I do plan on improving these videos, and the only way that I can improve them is by your help. So give us comments. What else do you want to see? What else do you want to know? If there's stuff that you want to know for the next time, I'm going over in Easter and I'm just going to read all them comments, and then I'm going to be remembering them as I go around, and I can mention names and say, hey, this is what you wanted to know. This is what I can find out. This is what it is when I'm here, because I think that's the best way to do it. If you know someone who's going over there, it's always nice to ask them questions to know exactly what you want to know when they go over there. So as you can see, we come back round towards the Bronxmar now. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. I'm going to cut it off here. If you can like, subscribe, give us a comment, and look out for more videos in the future. Peace.